I'm going to give you a couple of tips that I learned from MasterChef reality TV that you can use in your business. Hi, I'm Nick Farrow from Abundance Global. Over the years, I've done a lot of recruiting. I've recruited team members into all sorts of roles. And I tell you what, from watching reality TV and MasterChef, I've learned a few things that I've found make recruiting easier, more profitable, less expensive, and gets great results with amazing team members. Over the years, I reckon I've interviewed maybe 300 plus people. I've interviewed a lot of people for recruiting roles, and the truth is, it's taken an enormous amount of time. Interviewing that many people and the time that it takes to place ads, read CVs, do the interview itself, all the follow-up, it's a real time and energy drain. Some people in their businesses like to outsource that, and then it ends up taking a lot of money. But what if there was a solution that could save you time, energy, and money and get you a great result with a fantastic new team member? Well, that's what I learned from MasterChef. MasterChef, as we see it as reality TV, does two things. It's a marketing exercise, first and foremost. Is it any wonder that there's chefs from all around the world, famous people, that are busting the door down to do guest appearances on it, guest judges and guest trainers and all those sorts of things? Why is it that the supermarkets absolutely will pour money and effort into being the provider of the food content and things for it? It is, first and foremost, it's a marketing exercise. And I want that for you as well. I want your recruiting to be marketing for your business. The second thing is, this is about uncovering great talent in a group dynamic environment. And we can do exactly the same thing with your recruiting. So first and foremost, when you decide that you've got a role that you need to fill, we're going to need to write a job ad. And you can do this without spending money on a recruiting expert. So work out what is it that you actually need in terms of outcomes from that job. And with that, what kind of personality do you need in the person who will be suited to that role? Lots of job ads that get written, I see them time and time again. Really, I read through and I go, wow, this person wants to employ a unicorn. They want everything in one package, and you're not going to get it. So look at the job ads that you might have written in the past, and are you looking for a unicorn? You don't want that. Focus exactly on what you do want in order to get a great outcome from that person, and write your job ad. Put it out there on the internet or local papers, whatever it is that works for you, just get the job out there. Now, we need to put the applicants through a couple of filters here. The first one is they have to be able to follow instructions. So with the job ad, give very clear instructions about what you want them to do. And that does not mean send a CV with a cover letter. We actually want to set up a process, and we're going to give you a link shortly below here that will help you follow through this process. But you want to give them a process to follow that requires them to comprehend your instructions and follow them in order to progress to the next round. So that's the first filter that we're going to have. The second filter is we need to be able to be sure that they're good communicators. And again, before they even get to an interview, we're going to be able to test what their communication skills are like. And again, that will be in the link below. Once they've done that, they are actually going to, once they've followed the instructions, they are going to submit a CV and a cover letter like is the normal practice by following the specific guidelines that you have. And you're going to make sure that it addresses the actual outcomes that you want for this job. Okay? Really, really important. Anyone who doesn't, anyone that sends you a pro forma, they're out. We filter them out because they're not following the instructions. Now the next step, without telling them, we're going to set this up as a group interview. Okay? MasterChef brings 24 people on to a group interview that lasts for a full season to find out who's going to have the greatest level of talent for the role. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring the suitable people in to your office, or if you don't have an office, you rent a corporate space with a table for the day, and you're going to bring them into a group interview situation. Now, I've heard of people doing this with groups of up to 20, 25 people. And personally, I think that's too much unless you have a really high level of skill in running that situation. I think groups of 6 to 8 are appropriate. And if I look back at all the hundreds of people that I've interviewed and the hours that I've taken doing one-on-one interviews with them, I could have cut that time down enormously by bringing 6 to 8 at a time into a room and doing a group interview where you can ask them questions about their CV and their background and why they're going to be great for this role. But in any case, once they come to this group interview, this is where the marketing really starts. This is your opportunity to present the company to a group of people who are in or want to be in your industry. The goal here is to explain your vision for the business, explain your vision for the clients and how you're achieving it, how you're stepping yourselves up and above everyone else in your field. The goal here is, and this is the marketing part, you want them to now think, this is the company that I've always wanted to work for. They're going to go and talk about you regardless of whether they are successful in this job or not. In their job application, and you absolutely want that. We're going to build up the level of excitement so that now, this is the second part of it, there is competitive tension for this position. It's a bit like if you're selling your house and you go to auction and there's one bidder who puts up the hand and makes an offer. Are you going to get a great result? No, because they're not going to bid against themselves. Flip side, you're selling your house at auction and there's now 5, 6, 8 people that are all interested and they're bidding against each other. Now you've got competitive tension and you're going to get a great result from the sale. We want the same thing here. We want each of them competing with each other to show who truly shines in this room. There's another advantage to it. When we're having a one-on-one conversation with people, they can actually come in with a mask. They can get themselves dressed up and they can come prepared to tell you what they think you want to hear. And when they're doing that, they're actually hiding, they're actually lying to you, in fact. And as a result, you're not getting the truth of who's there. Put them in a competitive tension environment and straight up, masks are off, gloves are on, they are going for it because they want this job. So marketing, competitive tension in a team situation. And we do the round table interview and you go around a few times and fire questions off in random order so that everyone gets an opportunity to shine. Then the next step is, once we've done that, we're actually going to do a group activity together. Now, there's lots of group activities you can do and you can pick any of them that work for you. We have one particular one that we find that works really well. It's super abstract, but the important thing is it challenges people to work as a team and it puts pressure on them, puts them under time pressure. And when you see that, now you're really going to see who can collaborate, who's a team player, who's a leader, who can think on their feet and be polite and diplomatic as they go. And as a result, you're going to get a really good insight into who are the key players out of this batch of applicants. To do that with the game that we play, again, click below, you will need a large whiteboard and you'll need a series of different color markers, one for each of them. So if you're doing it in groups of 8, you need 8 different color markers. At the conclusion of this, you're going to have a really good idea of who are the standout performers from the group interview or group interviews that you've done. And at that point, we've got 2 or 3 people that we're going to invite back for a one-on-one interview to make a final decision about who's the right person. We might do some personality tests, check referees, all those sorts of things that you would normally do, but we're not doing that across the large numbers. So my experience, save yourself time, save yourself energy, save yourself money, get great team members, and your business will absolutely fly from where you are today. So make sure you click the link below, download the template on how to run group interviews, how to get them to follow instructions, and how to run the team game. Good luck with your recruiting, make it a marketing effort, and get great team members.